ببخشید. Yeah, no, you can leave that right there. Look straight. All right, Shalom, I can get him on side hand. We're Israelite School of UPK, so out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Kevin Gadalhari will be teaching class today. He will be breaking down the biblical and historical proof that the Jews are black and the origins of the so-called Jewish man today, right? You're going to learn a lot about Amalek. You're going to learn about the Khazarian Empire. We're going to be going into the 13th tribe by Arthur Koestler, getting the heavy points out of there. Kevin Gadalhari is going to be bringing it out. Before we go directly into that, I want to go to Genesis chapter 25. Actually, give me first or second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, just to show what's going on in the world and who's the beginning of it and who's the end of it and where we are today, being what's going on in Russia and everything, all world events that's occurring, what they mean to us today and what we should be doing about it. So let's read second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9.
The book of second Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Read.
For Esau is the end of the world.
So we read in the scriptures that Esau is the end of the world, right? Esau is the end, which would mean what? That he will be the one at the height of power in the end. That's how you know we in the end, because he's the one in power. You understand? That's an indicator of, number one, that we're at the end, and number two, who Esau is. Because a lot of people like to say Esau is, Arabs and Ishmael. Esau is a so-called white man. Go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. These prophecies that are coming to pass, they're all to the ushering in of Christ's kingdom. Right. What you got to understand is that's Jacob being the beginning of what does it say?
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, Jacob is, what does that mean? Who can tell me what that means? Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. What does that mean? Kratazai.
That when Esau's world ends, that means Jacob's kingdom begins.
Right. When one more time.
When Esau's kingdom ends, that's when Jacob's kingdom begins.
Right. Get that brother hand. You know what I'm saying? Now, in turn, it would mean what? That Esau's kingdom has to end, right?
Right.
Right now, in our kingdom, right, which is going to be Christ's kingdom, get Daniel 7:18 real quick. Get Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. I'll show you. Our kingdom, like you look at the Greek Empire, you look at the Roman Empire, they all had something in common. What did they have in common? What did the Greek Empire have in common with the Roman Empire? Malakma.
So they had the Israelites in slavery.
They did have us in slavery. What else?
They were homosexuals.
They were sodomites. Right? You want to use that when you street teach. You want to be, sodomites. Do you get my point? Go ahead, Kratza. Yes, they were Edomites. That's a specific answer I'm looking for. Go ahead.
They were empires, sir.
They were empires. The thing that they had in common, the thing that Greece had in common, what Rome had in common with the Greek Empire, is that they both fell. You understand what I'm saying? They both fell. And if you remember Daniel's vision in Daniel's 2nd chapter and Daniel, I want to say, what's that? The 7th chapter. You read that these empires all have a destined amount of time to reign on the earth, and then eventually Christ's kingdom will be set up. So we're going to read that. The difference between our kingdom and the Greek and Roman Empire, the difference between us and Esau is that our empire will never end. Our kingdom, Christ's kingdom, will never end. You know, there's not going to be, some foreign country, planning to take over the world again. That's going to be done with. You understand, right? Go ahead and read that out. Daniel 7:18.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. Well, now, who are the saints? Give me Psalms 148:14. Who are the saints? Kind. Who are the saints? We still breaking that down. Who are the saints? Who got it? Psalms 148:14. Let's get them scriptures fast. Can you go get Cap? Huh? Okay. Go on. Yes.
The book of Psalms, chapter 148 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
He also exalted the horn of his people.
He also exalted the horn of his people. Who is his people? Exodus 18:1. Real quick. Let's get these real quick. Right?
The book of Exodus, chapter 18 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
When Jethro, the priest of Midian,
mm-hmm.
Moses' father-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel.
Who?
And for Israel.
And for Israel.
His people.
You see that, right? So now let's go back to, yes, that's correct, not the job, the Bible dictionary definition of saints. But this is another way you can show using the Bible to show who the saints are, because it's not your Catholic priest. I'm trying to tell you. You understand? So when you go to Psalms 148:14, you go to Exodus 18:1 to show who his people is, but keep going back to Psalms 148:14.
Psalms 148 and verse 14.
This is who the saints are.
He also exalted the horn of his people,
Mm-hmm.
the praise of all his saints.
The praise of all his saints, which are, keep going.
Even of the children of Israel.
Which are even of the children of everybody.
Even of the children of Israel.
You see that, right? That's clear and evident. Right. Who are the saints, Malakman?
Israelites.
Based on what? Based on what, our personal beliefs?
No, based on what the Bible says.
Based on what the Bible says. And that's where the power is. Like when you go to camp and you street teaching, like the power is in that Bible. That's where all the power is. And when we have power, Barakatah Yahweh Yahushai for raising up Commander General Yohanan to give us the authority, giving us the authority to be able to teach the Bible with authority. You understand? That is where the power is. I tell you, Hebrews 4:12, for the word of the Most High is quick and what? Quick and what? Mm-hmm.
And sharper than
no. The word. Now you was there. You skipped the part. You skipped the part I'm looking for. The word of the Most High is quick and. Let's get it. Hebrews 4:12. Come on, let's get it. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. What is that word? Go ahead.
The book of Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 12. For the word of God.
For the what?
For the word of God.
For the word of the Most High, read on.
Is quick.
Is what?
Is quick.
Is quick.
And powerful.
And powerful.
And sharper than any two-edged sword.
The word of the Most High is quick and powerful. That's what I wanted. You was right. It is sharper than any two-edged sword. You understand? It is powerful. You hear these scriptures, brother, it converts the Crips and the Bloods to God-fearing men in the UPK. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the word of the Bible does. You understand? That's not because, listen, you know why that doesn't happen in religion? Because they don't know the Bible. We do. Right. We're able to break it down in a way that makes you fear the Lord, because you should. You go to religion, they don't break down, they don't make you fear God, because you go do what you want to do. What kind of God? Who fears the God that you can do what you want to do? You feel me, sir? Right. He's gonna forgive me anyway. I don't fear that. But when you read, there's no excuses. You either follow my ways or perish. You're gonna be a lot more in line. You understand? Where we at? Daniel 7:18. Someone pick it up from there. Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. Baba Kushai. Let's read that.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
But the saints of the Most High.
The saints of the Most High. Who are the saints? Just read it. Who are the saints? Go ahead.
Israel, sir.
Israel. How we prove that? Psalms 148:14. Keep going.
Okay. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
So we're going to take the kingdom. They're going to ask for it. We're going to take the kingdom. How are we taking? We're not talking about America. You know, America's going to be, one big desert. Take a look outside. Take a look, turn around. Take a look at all that. We're on the 8th floor, suite 850. You understand? All that is going to be, one big desert. One big desert. Keep going.
And possess the kingdom forever.
And possess the kingdom forever. Some for not for a certain amount of time, and then the empire is going to fall. But for how long?
Forever.
Now go to verse 25.
Verse 25.
And 7 and 20. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25.
Hold on. Shalom with Christ, sir. Come, sir. Okay.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Is it verse 20? Are we looking for 26 or 28? Daniel, hold on. Daniel 7. I want to say 28. Did I say 28? Verse 27 to 28. Go ahead.
Book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 27.
Go ahead.
And the kingdom and dominion.
The kingdom and dominion, right? We say the Lord's Prayer, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. In order for his kingdom to come, this kingdom has to fall.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
And the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven.
And the greatness of the kingdom over the whole heaven, underneath the sky. Right? Keep going.
Shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
Shall be given to who? The people of the saints of the Most High. Which is who, not to Zach?
That is Israel.
That is the children of Israel. Clear as day. It doesn't get any clearer than that. You get my point? Now, from there, I want you to go to Genesis chapter 25. Genesis chapter 25, I want you to pick it up at verse 23. We're going to look at the origins of a man by the name of Esau, his lineage, and who he is the progenitor, patriarch, and father of today. That's what we're going to break down. You understand? Because you got a lot of lies out there. You got a lot of people who think they know the scriptures because they're able to go live from their cellular device. Let me inform you, you are not qualified to teach the scriptures if you have not come into the ranks of the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana, right? But we can teach you, and then train you up, and then you can teach. But until then, you get in class.
Oh God!
Right? Go ahead, I.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto her,
Mm-hmm.
2 nations are in thy womb.
Now, who is this her? Who is this her? What's the name of this sister? Go ahead, I. Rebecca. This is Rebecca, right? Rebecca is the wife of Isaac. You understand? Get that by the hand. Right? Excellent. Rebecca is the wife of Isaac. Keep going.
2 nations are in thy womb,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right. Remember, so what's the situation? She's pregnant with twins, right? She's pregnant with twins. Isaac got her pregnant. She's pregnant with twins, but she's having strong birth pains. She's having, the babies is kicking, right? Back then, there was no ultrasounds.
Right.
You understand? So she probably didn't even know she had 2 in her, right? She probably was like, maybe it's, right? That's why she went and prayed. But there was no ultrasounds. You get my point? So the Lord told her what? Keep going. 2 manner.
2 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 manner of people meaning what? What does that mean? 2 different types of people.
Right.
2 different races of people. That's what the Bible is telling you. Keep going.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. You see that? Keep going.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder child is going to serve the younger child. Now, let's read and see who the elder child will be and who the younger child will be and what that means for us today in 2022. Keep going on.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, meaning it's time for her to give birth. Read on.
Behold, there were twins in her womb.
There were twins in her womb. Keep going.
And the first came out red.
And when it was time for her to give birth, the first came out red. Ooh, wee, keep going.
All over like an hairy garment.
All over like an hairy garment, right? Read on.
And they called his name Esau.
And they look, this is what happened. They gave birth, them handmaids, and they gave birth to that child, or she gave birth to that child, and someone said, what? Esau in Hebrew, Aishwa, right? Aishwa, which means wasted away is he. Why? Because of his lack of pigmentation. Back then, when you keep reading.
Okay. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
Now, can someone explain to me why Jacob wasn't explained how he looked? Because how Esau looked was abnormal. Right. So much so that Moses and the scribes that helped collectively put together what we have now today as the book of Genesis had to let you know that this child was abnormal. This child was red. Jacob was normal. You get my point? Jacob was normal. That's why they didn't have to go into. So if the one baby's red and the other baby got to be what? Got to be melanated, of color. You see, right? Keep going.
And his name was called Jacob.
And his name was called Jacob, right? And he held Esau's heel as he came out of the womb. Born first, though. Remember, the elder shall serve the younger.
Right.
Who was born first? Not to you read it. Malakma.
Esau.
No, you sure? Esau was born first. And the prophecy states, the elder shall serve the younger. Right? Keep going.
And his name was called Jacob.
What does Jacob mean? What does Jacob mean? What it is in the Hebrew? This is our forefather. God is, get Acts 3:13 real quick. God is the God of Jacob. You get my point? This is the man Jacob right here. God is one of God's title is the God of Jacob. Right? So let's look at that. The God of Jacob. Let's look at it. Acts 3:13.
The book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 13. The God of Abraham.
The God of Abraham.
And of Isaac.
And of Isaac. And who else?
And of Jacob.
And of Jacob. This is the God of Jacob. Who is Jacob? What does Jacob mean? What is it in the Hebrew? Yaiquad, which means to supplant, which is apropos to what he, had to do to get the blessing and birthright. You understand? He supplanted Esau out of it, which we'll read, you understand, if Captain Godahar chooses to go into. Right? Keep going. In Genesis.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Verse 27. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter.
Right.
Keep going. He was skilled at hunting. He'll blend in with the bushes, right? He'll get up high in them trees. He know how to follow the trail of deer where you can find them at. You understand? He's tracking down and he's a cunning hunter. Who does that sound like today? You wake up 4 a.m, the TV on some random channel, right? And it's Edomites hunting out. They hunting. And they good at it. That's what they do. They're good at hunting wildlife, right? That's their blessing. They hunt, right? The problem is they translated that into hunting us.
Oh,
You
God.
know what I'm saying? They started hunting us. But we're going to get into that. Keep going.
A man of the field.
A man of the field, right? You ever see them Edomites with pictures and they got like a big giraffe. They killed it and they just taking a picture with it.
Oh, God.
A big rhino, they killed it, just taking a picture with it,
Oh,
right?
God.
That's what they do. Keep going.
And Jacob was a plain man.
And Jacob, but our forefather Jacob was a plain man. That's our forefather, right? Their forefather, the reason why they are how they are is because of their forefather. The reason why we are is because of our forefather. He was a plain man, right? Meaning what? Jacob like to chill. Jacob ain't going, skydiving.
Right.
That's not, we don't do that unless you are heavily influenced by Esau. But we do not do that. We damn near don't even like flying,
Right.
let alone jumping out of a plane, bungee jumping. Like, we don't, come on now. We'd rather chill, barbecue, those, some brews in the refrigerator, barbecue and throw some chicken on the grill, smack some barbecue on it. I'm hungry. Good night. Right? But that was the persona and characteristic and attributes of our forefather. He was a calm and collected brother. And that's what we are, right? Keep going.
Dwelling in tents.
He was dwelling in tents. We'd kick it out the house. A lot of brothers, we just want to kick it out the house, right? Keep going up. And it's giving you, what is it doing right here? It's showing you the two manner of people these brothers are. That the angel prophesied to Rebekah when she inquired about her birth pains or the pain she was feeling during her pregnancy. It's now showing you how different they were. You get my point?
Oh,
Keep
God.
going.
And Isaac loved Esau.
And Isaac loved Esau. That's his son, his firstborn son at that. Keep going.
Because he did eat of his venison.
Venison, right?
Venison.
Which is deer. It's like a deer. I believe it's deer. I could be corrected, but it's deer. He made a special meal for Isaac, right? I believe venison is deer though. Kind. Go ahead.
But Rebekah loved Jacob.
But Rebekah, she favored Jacob. She loved Isaac. I mean, she loved Esau, but she knew something was off about. It's deer meat. I said deer. Did I say deer?
Oh, God.
Kind, right? Venison is deer. Kind of what I said. Keep going.
Verse 29. And Jacob sod pottage.
Kind. Hey, without Pastor Class, Priest and Captain Gadalhar. Sorry, Christ, let's get it. Where you at right now?
I'm in Genesis 25, sir.
Genesis 25. Solid. Sorry. All right. You got any questions? Solid. Okay. Esau and Jacob, right? So now we can go into this. Proving who the Jews are, right? We're going to a couple books real quick before we go to the camp spot, right? What time we got this class to? 2 o'clock, right? The other brothers on their way or something? What are the brothers for camp? All right. Bet. All right, let's get it. All right, let's get let's start at Exodus 4 and 6. Exodus 4 and 6, Baruch Kishore. Shalom. Y'all got questions, just put it in this chat too, Baruch Kishore, okay?
Oh, God.
No, it's like I was talking to people online.
Oh, God, Pastor.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
Mm-hmm.
And he put his hand into his bosom, and he took it out. Behold, His hand was leprous as snow.
Khan, what does leper mean? Anybody know? Go ahead.
Pale skin.
Pale skin, white skin.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So remember, so we're proving that what? Black people are the true biblical Jews, the Israelites, that the white man has never been a Jew. He's a Jewish man, right? Ish means to be like. We're going to prove all these things, right? So we're proving first that Moses was what? A black man, right? So he put his hand in his bosom, and what happened?
Put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
Y'all understand, right? He put his hand into his bosom first, and it became leper. Leper back in the day was when your skin turned white, right? Now I think it's another type of sickness when your fingers and stuff fall off, right? But before it was when your skin turned white. So he put his hand in there, turned white, and then what happened?
And he put his hand into thy bosom again, and he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
It was turned again as his what?
As his other flesh.
Y'all understand that, right? It was turned again back to his regular flesh being black skin. Y'all understand, right? Let's get Job 30 and 30. We're going to get these quick little color precepts, and then we'll go into it, all right? Job 30 and 30, and also give me Songs of Solomon 1 and 5, and then give me Jeremiah 14 and 2. Go ahead.
Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
I am black.
I am what?
I am black.
Go ahead.
But comely.
Right. Solomon is saying, I am black but comely, what you would know today as black and beautiful, right? Go ahead.
But O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar.
Right. So we just bring in color precepts. What does Solomon say here?
I am black.
Solomon is black. That's what he's saying, right? This is the son of David, right? Reason why we rock a shield, right? Because of David's name is the signature of David, right? That thou would die, right? This is his son. This was that's what the white man stole, right? Somebody give me that in the Apocrypha as well. The greatest seal of Zion, right? All right, give me Acts 13 and 1.
You want Job 30, 32?
Yes. I'm jumped ahead. Let me get Job 30 and 30.
The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30.
Uh-huh.
My skin is black upon me.
My skin is what?
My skin is black upon me.
Perfect. That's all I need. My skin. And it's like, you read the other part.
And my bones are burned with heat.
Mm-hmm. Our bones burn with heat. Right? Jeremiah 14 and 2.
I like that.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 14 and 2. Judah mourning.
Judah what?
Mourning.
Right. That's what you need. Judah mourning. The so-called Jewish man is not mourning. Y'all understand? So y'all got to definitely pull this out today when we go to camp. You want to pull out that the Jewish man is not in mourning, but black people in America are in mourning. The Hispanics are in mourning. The Gadites on the reservations are in mourning. Right. So go into this for sure. All right. Keep reading.
And the gates thereof language.
And the gates are what? The protection, right? The protection that protects a nation. We don't have a gate. We don't have no leadership, right? The gates have language. They fell down, meaning what? Anyone can hurt us. Anyone can come and attack us. Anyone can spiritually break us down because we don't have a protection. We don't have a leadership. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
That's what you want to use, right? They are black. The Jews are black. I got the shirt on today, right? This is the true Holocaust. You get what I'm saying? So we got to bring that out today as well. What the true Holocaust is and what black people went through, what Hispanic people went through, the true Jews of the Bible, right? Go ahead.
They are black unto the ground.
Onto the what?
The ground.
If you go dig up the ground, you go dig up the earth is different colors of brown, right? So you go in the ground, it is brown, and it gets darker and darker the lower you go. And that's what that's talking about, right? So you definitely want to bring that out, all right? And then what you want to say is what? The Qadar, right? Qadar meaning dark skin. Bring that out. Qadar in the Hebrew means dark skin. La Ratazah means unto the earth. So when you say this today, when you bring it out today, use those. Qadar means dark skin. La Ratazah into the earth. Dark skin into the earth. You get what I mean? You want to show this, especially if you see it in Amalekites, right? And we're going to go into we're going to go into how they come from the Khazarian Empire, how they're Khazar babies, how they're Russian, how they're Polish, and all these different things, all right? Of course, you want to break down the suffix of the word ish as well, right? Ish means to be like. They want to be like you. And how they want to be like you? By taking your laws, taking the biblical parts of it. You understand? They don't do nothing like you. We're going to go into the yarmulke and all that, right? They don't do nothing like you. They cover their head, right? They don't uncover their head. They got these side locks. Y'all see them with them side locks, right? And those tassels, right? So you want to talk about these things as well, how they tried to be like you, but they can never be like you, not even spiritually, all right? Now, y'all got a Bible's, you got a Zondervan or no? Anyone got a Zondervan? No, swear, I think I got a Zondervan. Let me see.
Definition is
Yeah, let me get Ish real quick.
ish. It means it's an adverb to some extent.
Anyone, who else is coming to camp? Is this the camp right here?
Last sir, come on, brother, sir.
So, tell someone to make sure they bring their Bible dictionary,
Oh,
just in case I don't got mine. I don't think I got. I think I left mine in the car.
Ours is in the court too.
Yours in the car?
Come.
All right, that's good. All right, just make sure we bring out ham, right? Make sure we bring out ham later. So now we're gonna go into, right? Give me Revelations 3 and 9. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
You gonna make them in the synagogue of what?
Satan,
Go ahead.
which say they are Jews.
Which say they are what?
Jews.
You understand though, right? So they going. This is another precept we got to bring out today. If this is gonna be your topic, they say they are Jews. They are the synagogue of Satan. Anybody know what a synagogue is? That one.
Chief house.
A what? Say, them armbands is hard as hell. I could hear. You made those?
Huh?
You made those?
No, lie, sir.
Oh, okay. No sweat. Them is hard. But go ahead.
It's like a synagogue. Synagogue is chief house.
There you go. Right. A chief house and more like a lower part of a church. Right. So that's what it is. A house. Right. It's a place where they go and worship. They got a synagogue of what? Synagogue of Satan. You understand? And I'm glad the brother brought out chief house. The so-called Amalekites are like the head tribe of the white people. You understand? That's another part. That's why their brothers hate them so much, because of all the greed they have. You know what I'm saying? They don't share that money. Go ahead, Malakma.
A lot of people ask why does the Jewish man reject the New Testament?
A Jewish man, they reject the New Testament.
Yeah, like they believe Old Testament only for the most part, right? Like, isn't that
That's true. They read it tonight. You know what? I gotta make sure. I have an idea why, but let me make sure. Let me double check why they rejected. All right. Revelation 3 and 9 from the top.
Come on. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not,
Mm-hmm.
but do lie.
But do what?
Lie.
Y'all understand? You got to use this because the white man is a liar. He's a deceiver, and he stole our identity. Commander Yohana made a video a while ago, like in like 2008 or something like that, 9. And the video was like, it said the greatest identity theft, right? That was the title of the video. And he went into how the so-called white man stole our identity, is thriving off of our laws. You get what I'm saying? They thriving with our laws and our statutes. You get what I'm saying? They use those things and they don't even keep the law. They eat pork. You get what I'm saying? Like the so-called, most of the Jewish people eat pork. In the land of Israel, I believe like they're one of the biggest exporters of pork. You understand? So, you know what I mean? Another thing you want to bring out as well, all right? Is that it on that?
Lie, sir.
Laha?
Oh, so you know what they do with the Jewish babies too?
With the Jewish babies, when they kiss the rod, right?
Come.
Yeah, you want to bring that out. And how they was giving the babies herpes.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They circumcised the baby, so the blood, there's a little blood there. They put wine in their mouth and put their mouth on the baby's rod. That is nowhere in the Bible. Y'all understand? We don't do that. That's not our culture. Y'all understand that, right? So we got to definitely bring that out as well. All right. We get on that? Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Y'all understand that, right? The Lord said he's going to come and worship before he going to make them come and worship before thy feet. It'd be good when we Jewish man to kiss our boot, man. You know what I'm saying? They might be a little proud to do it, but we get one Jewish man, I'm talking about with the yarmulke and all, to go kiss this boot. You know what I mean? We're going to pull this precept after Isaiah. Go ahead.
Like I was going to say, the devil that kissed our boots, not this last camp, but the camp before that, he was Jewish.
He was Jewish? Did he have a yarmulke?
He didn't have a yarmulke.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think we got a Jewish kiss before, but this cat had like a tie-dye shirt on, and it wasn't even. I need the cat with the yarmulke and the side locks. You get what I'm saying? I need him to kiss the boot. You know what I'm saying? All right. Is that it on that?
Kind of, sir.
Let me get Revelations 2 and 9.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
I got a question.
Mhm.
Like when going to camp teaching about it, like it's saying like a Thala Yehudi, like you're not a Jew.
Yeah,
or,
kind. Dosi collect?
Right, is that a personal attack?
No.
Like
Not only if they're in the battle. We battling them?
Right.
No. You
Okay.
know what I mean? We gonna definitely say that. You know what I'm saying?
Mom's here. Fast.
Right. Call them all those things. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember these cats are people that stole your identity. You know what I'm saying? And living and acting like they're you. And then they look down upon you.
Right.
Then they damn near own half of LA and then oppressing you in these apartments. You know what I'm saying? These places that they own. Go ahead, Lahab.
Or 2 weeks ago, when it came, the women called y'all was something nigga.
Oh yeah?
So,
Ain't that- you should have called him a
I
nigga.
pulled that precept on them. You started like blazing on.
Oh yeah. They want to be nigga. Call them a nigga. You know what I'm saying? All right. Go ahead. Revelations 2:9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
I know thy works and tribulation
Right. Y'all familiar with this one, right? I know thy works and tribulations. Go ahead.
and poverty.
He's talking about you. This is the Lord talking about you. Is this in red?
Come.
Go ahead.
But thou art rich.
Thou are what?
Thou art rich.
Right. The Bible says you are rich. Well, how are you rich? What kind of rich is he talking about? Go ahead.
Spirit.
Yes, rich in the spirit, rich right inside. You get what I'm saying? That's how we're rich. We're rich because we're the people that is going to get everything that the Lord talked about, not them. You get what I mean? He's getting all that on his heaven. This is his heaven. This is a Jewish man's heaven. But our heaven is coming to the earth as well. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord said, I know everything you're going through, but you're rich. Go ahead. 1 second.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews
Mm-hmm.
and are not.
Right. He said, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not Jews. So you definitely got to say this. They say they're Jews, and the Lord said they're not Jews. We read Jeremiah 14:2, who the Jews are. That more.
Oh no, I just said for the rich had a precept.
For the what?
For the rich.
Go ahead.
James 2:5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not God chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?
Perfect. Rich in faith. Go ahead.
Oh,
That's all you need, right?
okay.
See what I mean? You definitely can use that. And also you can use the meek shall inherit the earth. You know what I'm saying? Definitely going to that. All right. Keep going up.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
About a what?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
You understand? We just talked about the synagogue of Satan. They are the chief. What is it called? The chief house, right? The chief house. You know what I mean? This is the synagogue of Satan. You know what I mean? Shaitan, Satan meaning what? Anybody know? Go ahead.
Adversary.
Adversary, enemy, you know what I mean? All that, all right?
Okay.
Solid. Acts 13:1. And also in the Zondervan, we're going to that. If you could write this down, look up Ham, and we're going to look up Niger, all right? In the Zondervan. Ham and Niger. Okay. Go ahead.
The book of Acts chapter 13 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch
Mm-hmm.
certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon,
As Barnabas and Simeon, these are the prophets and teachers. Go ahead.
that was called Niger.
That were called what?
That was called Niger.
Y'all understand? What does Niger mean? Niger means to be black or dark skin. Y'all understand? That's what you want to pull out. They were not called white skin. You know what I mean? They were not called white skin. They were called black. They were called dark skin. It was called Niger. You understand? This is a Latin word for black. You understand? Go ahead.
And Lucius of Cyrene,
It's like that's all you need right there. They were called Niger, right? Niger. That's what you want to use. So the white man is not a Niger.
Right.
You understand, right? Matter of fact, we're going to go into that as well, how he's red, right? Let me get Isaiah 1 and 3. Slack it, my bad. Let me get further proof for the biblical curses, how they fit us and not them. Let me get Isaiah 3 and 16. Also give me Deuteronomy 28 and 46. Go ahead.
Like that, if you want Second Ezra 10 and 23.
Yes, let me get that real quick. Slack it.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 10, verse 23.
Uh-huh.
And which is the greatest of all, the seal of Zion,
Mm-hmm.
have now lost her honor.
Y'all understand that? The greatest of all, the seal of Zion, has lost its honor. Why? Because the white man calls it the star. They say he has the star of David. He didn't even know it's a shield. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't even know it's a signature. They call it the Star of David. And they got the whole world saying, you got the Star of David?
Right.
It's not the Star of David. You know what I mean? It's the shield. That's why you rock it. And of course, you know, this is the holy thing, but this is not a spiritual thing. You understand? Meaning it doesn't, it's not like how Christians look at it like a cross. Like, that mean, this doesn't make you holy. You know what I mean? This is just us representing the throne that our king sits on. Y'all understand? Go ahead.
If I could, Gab,
Mhm.
when did we start using that shield? Like, was this shield around when Christ was like walking on earth?
You know what? I mean, it was around for sure. When Christ walked on earth? Yeah, definitely. It's like in history. That's David's signature. It's like what you would put, like if I had to give someone a letter, I would stamp my signature down, letting them know it came from me, and you go give it knowing it came from King David. You get what I'm saying? So it was definitely around. Now, will he rocking chains? I don't know. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Who's that?
You gonna get the other brothers.
Oh, okay, no sweat.
If I could.
Mhm.
So the shield was used like after David. As soon as like David passed, brothers started using it.
Okay, was it used after David? I can't confirm if it was used after David. You get what I'm saying? Like in the spirit of us rocking it, probably so. You get what I'm saying? But let me make sure though. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to say that, but we rocking this shield for sure since 1969. You know what I'm saying? That's for damn sure. All right, give me Isaiah 3:16, and this is just further proof of who we are and showing how they're not us. Right? You don't need these precepts. I'm just giving them to you. All right, go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Right. The daughters of Zion, meaning the daughters of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Right. Go ahead.
And walk with stretched forth necks.
Right. They're haughty and walk with stretched forth necks, meaning proud. Right. Go ahead.
And wanting eyes.
And wanting eyes. Right. Go ahead.
Walking and mincing as they go.
Mm-hmm.
And making a tinkling with their feet.
Go ahead.
Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head.
You understand that, right? The crown of the head, meaning what? He was going to give them baldness, man. You wonder why we give, I think, about $4 billion to the Koreans in hair. We buying hair from the Koreans. You understand? Right. We give them $4 billion a year because the Lord cursed the woman with baldness. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women, like, you'll see today, a lot of women wear weaves because some women have hair. They have a beautiful hair and they still wear a weave. Then there's other women who have to wear a weave because they got baldness. You understand? And that was a curse from the Lord for women being proud and haughty and walking with stretched forth necks. You understand? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 46.
Concert.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46.
Go ahead.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Y'all understand that, right? They're gonna be a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, right? Who? Us. We're gonna be a sign and a wonder. Is that what it said? We're gonna be a sign and a wonder. Why do you think we're like this? Everyone looks at us like we're amazing. You know what I mean? A sign and a wonder. Go ahead. Select it. Can you get that? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and where we at? 46? You could drop that. Give me Isaiah 51 and 20. You got a question on?
No, so I was going to ask the breakdown of verse 45.
Let me hear it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45.
28 and 45. What's going on after?
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Right.
Because thou hearkenest unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Then my question is, right, because the next verse, right, verse 46 is, they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder and upon thy seed forever.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, right, like all these things that are happening to us, right, our oppression, is this scripture saying that that's going to be the sign that we're the Israelites of the Bible?
Absolutely. That's why that's how they gonna know. Because of the oppression, because of the way you're treated. Like if you were anyone else, you wouldn't be alive. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you're alive because you're God's chosen people. You know what I mean? The Lord said this would happen to us. That's why we're living these curses. We lived all these things. You get what I'm saying? But now it's time for us to be on top. Our time, like remember the scripture in Ezekiel, it says our calamity came to an end. Like it's time for us to be there now. You get what I mean? But that's why, for sure. All right. Where we at now? Let me get Isaiah 51 and 20.
So, okay, you said Isaiah 51:20?
Yes.
Oh God, I got a cat.
Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord.
Y'all understand that? Who's that talking about?
My brothers and sisters on the street.
There you go. You raise your hand. You can raise your hand. What's your name, Mike?
Santos.
No problem. That's absolutely correct though. Our brothers on the block. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna be on them corners. The Lord said we'll be there. You know what I'm saying? We'll be on them corners like a wild bull in a net. You know what is it? What is that analogy speaking to? Go ahead.
It's like, so that, like, you can't really tame a bull in the net.
Yeah, just think about how wild a bull would be in a net, caught in a net. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Doc.
Not only that, but the bull is probably much stronger outside of the net, but he's not aware of what he can really do because he's in the net.
That's excellent answer. You know what I mean? That's so true. When you in that net, how angry were you gonna be on that corner? You get what I'm saying? You're gonna be angry as hell in that corner. That's why so many brothers die. You know what I'm saying? Like being on a block is a thing that used to be something brothers do all the time in the 90s and 80s, especially in the East Coast, because they used to be outside. They don't got, they got cities where people be actually on the block. You get what I'm saying? In California, you really just like in your neighborhood, but you're still on the block though, like in front of a liquor store or something like that, right? And that's what we would be. The Lord said we full of fury right there. Y'all understand, right? That's just more proof. I don't see no Jewish man on the block.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Ain't no Jewish people on the block selling drugs, right? They're not doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? All right. So let's go from there. Now we're gonna get into these books, right? Well, matter of fact, I got two more precepts. Let me get Isaiah 1 and 3. I got a couple more precepts. Isaiah 1 and 3, Hosea 4 and 6.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
The ox knoweth his owner,
Right. So the Lord said the ox knoweth his owner. Go ahead.
and the ass his master's crib.
And the ass is master's crib. So now we're talking about an ox and a donkey, two dumb animals. Y'all understand, right? Go ahead.
But Israel doth not know.
Say it again.
Israel doth not know.
Right. You the one that the Lord is talking about. You the one in the Bible that God is talking about, not no one else. Who else doesn't know their identity? Us. You get what I'm saying? Who doesn't know their language? Who doesn't know where they came from? Like the white man, he knows he's not from Israel.
Right.
But what the brother asked yesterday? He said Israel was established in 1948. So that's you telling me that's when Jewish people started? You get what I'm saying? That's like so that you see how that don't make sense, right? So we gotta really establish and let them know that where do you really come from? The Jewish state so-called was established in 1948. You know what I mean? Like, where are you really coming from? What are you really saying? Now, of course, it was before that when Hitler was exterminating them and all that, right? It was before that for sure. But they're trying to say they're, us. How's that possible?
Right.
You know what I mean? I know General Mayak, he would say Hitler would put Jewish people in the oven. Remember, he was putting them in the ovens. He was like he said his theory was because they wanted to be black, he was gonna make them black. You understand? So like, that's a rough one. That's rough for people to hear. You know what I mean? But it's so funny to me. It tickles me. You know what I'm saying? Where we at?
Isaiah 1 and 3.
Isaiah 1 and 3. Read it from the top.
The ox, Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
The ox knoweth his owner,
Mm-hmm.
and the ass his master's crib.
Go ahead.
But Israel doth not know.
But we don't know. Israel don't know what? We don't know our home. You feel what I'm saying? How these two dumb animals know their home, but we don't know our home? You get what I mean? And that's how you know this Bible is talking about us. Because how did you feel when you found out who you were biblically?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You actually found out who you are. Once you know who you are, you can gain some type of confidence.
Right.
You know what I mean? Before that, you're thinking you're African American, you're thinking you're a Mexican American, or you're thinking from, give me a popular city in Mexico. There you go, or Jalisco, right? You thinking you're from these parts, and that makes you a Mexican, or I think a lot of Mexicans like to say they're Spaniards too, right? Or they kind of come from them somewhat, right? That's what they say.
They take pride in the whole thing of being half Spanish.
There you go. Just like black people take pride in being American. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. And we're not though. You know what I'm saying? We're not those. Every person in the world that's not Black and Hispanic or Native Indian has a homeland. You get what I'm saying? They know where their country is. Our country can't be here. I mean, we think Black people think they're from Africa.
Right.
Like, and you ask a Black person, okay, you from Africa, no problem. What country in Africa are you from? He ain't gonna be able to tell you. You know, Africa is a damn continent. You understand? It's not a state. Y'all with me, right? It's a continent with over 50 countries there. Go ahead.
Like, can I just add to that, man? It's the Mexicans, like, you can try to claim that they come from Spain. They can't tell you what part of Spain they come from.
Right.
Or what, ethnic background from Spain they are. They'll just say they come from Spain.
Right. Exactly. And they don't act nothing like Spaniards.
Right.
And Spaniards, man, it was so crazy. I remember, my family, they went like out of the country. I want to say they were somewhere like in Turkey, like somewhere around that area. And they had Mexicans on the boat. The Mexicans couldn't get off over there. They wouldn't accept Mexicans in Turkey. So you got to ask yourself, why can't Mexicans be there? Right?
Right.
Mexico's way the hell over here. How is Mexicans not allowed to be in this country? So that kind of lets you know they got some type of history from way back then that doesn't allow Mexicans.
Right.
Y'all understand? They couldn't get off the boat. They had to stay on the boat. And I thought about that, like, how is that possible? You get what I'm saying? So it's something we can look up later, all right? Solid. Isaiah 4:6.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime.
Salakia, my bad. Hosea, Salakia.
Okay.
Hosea.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Man, this is God's people. My always is going to be a possessive noun, right? So the Lord owns these people, right?
Right.
So you want to go and say that my people, God's chosen people, are destroyed. What are we destroyed from? Go ahead.
Lack of knowledge.
Right, the lack of knowledge, right? Like we lack the ability to understand where our true wisdom comes from. And our wisdom comes from the Bible. And the white man, the so-called Jewish man, he took that and is thriving in America. What does the Jewish people run? They run Hollywood, right? They run Hollywood. They run the Diamond District, right? Give me some more things they run. Say it again. Gold, right? Go ahead.
Didn't they finance the slave trade?
Man, I don't forget about that. They financed the slave trade. Was it them or was it them? You sure?
Okay.
No sweat. Go ahead.
I care about others want to add this. People always try to argue all that stuff, but you could say this, like, they're not the tail, right? As the curse says, right?
They're the head.
They're the head.
Exactly.
Right? No nations over them.
Right. Remember the scriptures say, they shall lend to thee, and you shall lend to nobody. And they are lending and leasing everything. Y'all understand, right? So like you want to use this and say, what are we destroyed from? The lack of knowledge. Our knowledge, our wisdom, our power is in the Bible. You understand? And not in the college. You know what I mean? Not in, whatever trade you want. That's not our power. Our power is right here. Keep going.
Hosea 4 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
The Lord said, because we rejected the knowledge in the Bible, go ahead.
I will also reject thee.
Y'all understand, right? So use this for sure, because that further proves who we are and not them. Y'all understand? You're making the clear distinction about who we are and who they are. Now give me Jeremiah 16 and 19 and Zechariah 9 and 6. Let me get those two. Anybody got any questions on the topic? Okay, sorry. Anyone drink this water? Whose water is this?
Nah, that was mine, sis. You can have it.
The water. I'm parched. What kind of water is this? I've never seen this before. Someone just gave you this water?
No, sir.
I've never. They're gonna put that little thing in it. It's gonna turn yellow as hell. Go ahead.
I got Zechariah 9:6 if you want.
Let me get the first one.
One more time.
Jeremiah 16 and 19.
Okay. Come on, concert.
Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 19.
Slacky, y'all got Babylon and Timbuktu? I got it, man. Go ahead, read it for me.
O Lord, my strength and my fortress,
The O Lord, my strength and my fortress. Go ahead.
and my refuge
Page 84.
in the day of affliction.
Mm-hmm.
The Gentiles shall come unto thee.
In the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come on to thee. Hear this, right? Go ahead.
From the ends of the earth,
Uh-huh.
and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Say it again.
Surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Y'all understand this, right? But listen, in these times, these cats gonna come to you and say, man, our fathers have inherited lies. They inherited the lies. We talked about lying yesterday, right? How powerful a lie is. Now, when you say a lie, you start to believe a lie. You understand? And they said this lie, and they start believing that they were actually the Jewish people, or Jews, God's chosen people. Ain't nothing special about them. You know what I mean? I don't see no Jewish cat doing a dunk between his legs.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I don't see no Jewish cat singing, no Jewish woman singing like Whitney Houston. You know what I'm saying? Or running a 4.240. That's not happening. You get what I mean? But black people, now, of course, those are just vain things, but that is very elite and special, where white people are amazed that they do these things. Y'all understand? So ain't nothing special. But the Lord said that one day they're gonna say, man, we inherited lies. Right? Is there any more?
Come on, Pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Go ahead.
Vanity.
Vanity. Go ahead.
And things wherein there is no profit.
Go ahead. All the way to 20.
Come on. Shall a man make gods unto himself?
Shall a man make gods unto himself? Go ahead.
And they are no gods?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
That's it.
That's it.
Perfect. The water. Give me Zechariah 9:6.
What was the page you wanted?
Page 84. You know where to start, right?
In the year 65 BC?
Yeah. Not yet, though. Go ahead.
Is it, Zechariah 12 and 6?
9 and 6.
9 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Come.
All right. The book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
Anybody know where Ashdod is? That one?
If I'm not mistaken, is that Palestine? Or not Palestine?
Not Palestine. Say it again.
Is it a capital in Israel?
It's definitely in Israel, and that's what the scriptures say that the bastard shall dwell in. What's a bastard?
Fathers.
Someone that's fatherless. Give me a little more better example. Anybody know? Go ahead.
Like a stranger.
Stranger's good. Go ahead.
Like a kid born outside of marriage.
There you go. That's what it is. A kid born outside of a adulterous marriage. You get what I'm saying? That's what a bastard is. And that bastard today, spiritually, is the so-called Jewish man. You know what I mean? And that bastard is dwelling in Ashdod. This is a prophecy that Zechariah said. You hear what I'm saying? Where this so-called Jewish man is going to dwell in Ashdod. Ashdod is in Israel. You understand? I believe, to be specific, I want to say it's on the border. We got to find out where Ashdod is. That one. If you can find Ashdod, it should be in the Bible dictionary. Salaki. Make sure we look that up as well. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask real quick. What scriptures show that Esau are there any other scriptures that show Esau was blessed with the sword? You know that he would be like masters of like weaponry and all that.
It's besides Genesis. Besides that?
Yeah, besides Genesis.
Yeah, I'll put one for you.
Okay.
All right. You got it? And we're going to go into the book as well. And the book is going to say it too. Go ahead.
So it says that the largest, Ashdod is the largest port in Israel.
And what?
Largest port in Israel.
Ashdod is the largest port in Israel. Go ahead.
And it's a gateway to Jerusalem.
And it's a gateway to Jerusalem. And that's where the scriptures say that this bastard is where they're going to dwell. Y'all understand, right? Like, you can never say that this Bible ain't real. The Bible told you a long time ago where a bastard was going to be in our homeland. You know what I mean? And he can't even live there. Like, a white man is getting burned up out there. Y'all understand? He's getting skin cancer because he shouldn't be in those areas. He should be in Upper Russia and Poland where it's cold and there's caves and there's mountains. You get what I'm saying? But him being in our land. That's why he's burnt up. He can't live there. That's not for him. He doesn't have the skin to take that sun. You know, it gets real hot out there. You know what I mean? That's why we need to be. That's why we can't be in like Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It's cold as hell in Detroit when in the winter. Can't be in Chicago. That's not where we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? No sweat. We good to go on that? Is there any more on that verse? Go ahead.
And I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
Oh, no, that's it. That's good to go. All right, Babylon and Timbuktu, page 84. Just read that first, I believe, couple lines. Let me hear.
Babylon, from Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
They put an end to the what?
The Jewish state.
Right, they put an end to the so-called Jewish state. Now, that Jewish state he's talking about is the Jew state. You understand, right? Go ahead.
With great slaughter.
With what?
With great slaughter.
Go ahead.
Many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Mm-hmm.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
1 million Jews fled into Africa. Now, this book right here is written from a brother that went to Temple University, right? Black brother. Not everything in this everything in this book is not accurate, but this is very accurate because it lines up right what the Bible says, right? Go ahead.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
They were fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. In that time, the Romans were so-called, they were ruling over Jerusalem. You understand? Just like how they invaded Jerusalem and ruled the country. You understand? And with that, remember there's a verse in Luke where Christ said this would happen. Y'all familiar with that? Where Christ said this would happen, and he told them that, you know what I mean, that this day was going to come, right? And it came. And they what they do, they ran into Africa, right? Trying to run from the onslaught. Now the question is what? That comes up. What is the question that comes up? If you're on the street, go ahead.
How could they have fled into Africa? Like, if they're really white, why would they go to Africa?
Yeah, I understand, right? More like, that's so true. It's like, how can so-called white people go to Africa? How? That can't be happening, right? They're going to stick out like a sore thumb. Right. Of course, they were not the so-called Jewish people. You know what I mean? They were black people that fled into Africa. Y'all understand? Right. So y'all definitely want to pull this and let them know who they really are. You know what I'm saying? Who we really are and how they never went into Africa. You know what I mean? Not them, right? Keep going.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
The slave markets were full of what?
Black Jewish slaves.
Black what?
Jewish slaves.
Y'all understand, right? The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Another part you want to bring out. Cool. All right. Any more?
That was it, Kev.
That was it. Solid. So now we're going to go into this book right here, right? This book is a good book. It's called Chosen People from the Caucasus, written from Michael Bradley, right? And we're going to also go into this book right here from Arthur Koester, the 13th Tribe, right? It's just some more historical proof showing who we are and showing who they are, right? Let me see. Let me get page 181 in this book, Malakma. Hold on, let me get to your spot. 181. Do 181 and 179. Okay, hold on 1 second. Mm-hmm. One second, let me just get to the spot. Perfect, right here. So you can start right here, right? And it all boils down to this, okay? This is page 181 in the Chosen People of the Caucasus, right? And about 740 AD, right? Where you had these people called Russian steepsmen, right? It's like a Russian steep tribesmen. They converted into Judaism in mass. This is what you want to use, right? They converted into Judaism in mass in around 740 AD. This is about 600 years after the so-called Jewish people fled into Africa, which was us, right? This is 7 years, 680 years after that, right? So read this for me, right? Go ahead.
In the book, Chosen People from the Caucasus,
Mhm.
page 181,
Go ahead.
it all boils down to this. The Ashkenazim
The Ashkenazim, right? Right. This is so-called the Khazarians, right? Go ahead. The
have
Khazarians
no,
are Jewish people. That's where their their origin is, right? Go ahead.
have no genetic or historical origin in Palestine at all.
Y'all understand this, right? They have no genetic or what?
Historical origin in Palestine at all.
Go ahead.
They are descendants of Russian steppe tribesmen.
They're descendants of what?
Russian steppe tribesmen.
Nah, that's right. Russian steppe tribesmen. Russian steppe tribesmen. That's who they're descendants of. You understand? Go ahead.
Who were converted to Judaism.
Who what?
Converted to Judaism.
Y'all understand this, right? They were converted to Judaism. They were never Jews. They were converted into Judaism. Go ahead.
About 740 AD
Mm-hmm.
because of political convenience.
Because of what?
Political convenience.
Keep going.
These steppe tribesmen
Mm-hmm.
were known as Khazars.
They're known as what?
Khazars.
Y'all understand this, right? So this is the historical proof showing who they are. These steppe tribesmen, they come from the so-called, when you ever heard the Russian steppes? We're going to get into those, Salaki, right? These steppe tribesmen converted to Judaism in 740 AD, and they are known as Khazar. That's why we call them Khazar babies. That's what they from, all right? Khazars is Russia, Poland, Ukraine, all these places. Y'all understand, right? Go ahead.
The word Cossack probably derives from their name,
Mm-hmm.
and they welded together a formidable empire that lasted for at least 2 centuries.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
However, around 965 AD,
Go ahead.
the Khazar army was defeated by Sviatoslav, Duke of Kiev.
More white people, white on white crime, right? Is that it? Not? I think that's it. Now let me get there real quick. Let me show you another part. Page 179, right? We're gonna go to page 179 in the Chosen People of the Caucasus, right? Go ahead.
I couldn't help but notice it's talking about Kiev and all that, and right now in the Ukraine, it's not a coincidence that there's a lot of so-called Jewish people there.
Right. Exactly. You understand? All right. Start with these German immigrants, right? This is page 179. And then you're going to go from with these German immigrants, and you're going to go all the way to the end of the second paragraph right here. All right. Okay, solid. Go ahead. So now we're going to go to the page 179 in the Chosen People of the Caucasus, right? Go ahead.
With these German immigrants
Mm-hmm.
into Poland came a certain number of German-speaking Jews.
That German, that's good. I gotta hear this, right? Came a number of what?
German-speaking Jews.
German-speaking Jews. Go ahead.
And rabbis.
Uh-huh.
In the Polish semi-wilderness, they encountered something that astonished them deeply.
Go ahead.
They encountered Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of thousands of Jews. More Jews than in all the rest of Europe combined.
Go ahead.
More Jews that had been in Palestine at the time of Jesus.
Go ahead.
And they were strange Jews.
They were what Jews?
Strange Jews.
Y'all hear this, right? They were strange Jews. Go ahead.
They spoke a strange language called Yiddish.
Called what?
Yiddish.
Are y'all with me? Lakia. You know what I mean? They spoke a strange language called Yiddish. Go ahead.
Of which some words were obviously a very primitive form of some Germanic tongue.
Y'all understand? So now there's the 5 languages I wrote down, right? They spoke Russian, German, Russian, Italian, French, and Spanish. That's all the languages they spoke. Those are so-called love languages back in the day, right? That's the language they spoke. That's what all came in. Those were all mixes of those languages mixed in one, right? Go ahead.
Some words were but nothing like any sort of German spoken to the West.
Mm-hmm.
Some words were basic Hebrew.
Some words were basic Hebrew. Go ahead.
Others were like Russian or Ukrainian.
Y'all hear this, right? Others were like what?
Russian or Ukrainian.
Y'all understand? That's the language they took it from. Go ahead. So they stole. Not only did they try to make their own language a Yiddish, they couldn't help but put their original language in the Yiddish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
While some other words were incomprehensible to the incoming European Jews,
Mm-hmm.
these strange Jews wore a skull cap they called a yarmulke.
Right, which is called a yarmulke. Y'all understand? These strange Jews wore a what?
A skull cap.
They wore a skull cap, right? So now, remember, we wore our head uncovered.
Right,
We gotta, we keep this head uncovered because we want to honor the Most High, right?
right.
They cover the head, their crown of their head. Somebody give me that in the Corinthians, right? Go ahead.
These strange Jews wore a skull cap they called a yarmulke,
Uh-huh.
and the rabbis wore full trimmed hats and a captain straight off the Russian steppes.
Say this again. Slow that down. And they're what?
And the rabbis wore fur trimmed hats and a captain straight off the Russian steppes.
Off the Russian steeps, right? It says STEEPS. Right. You know what I mean, right? Somebody Google Russian steeps right now, if you could. Go ahead.
They had strange eating habits and were fond of preparing white flesh fish a certain way.
Right. Remember in that movie Rush Hour? Rush Hour, I forget which one. Remember he was saying that gefilte fish?
Oh,
Like that's not the fish they're about to say right now, but that's a fish they used to prepare as well. It's a so-called Jewish fish, like a Jewish dish. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
they were quite, There was a quite primitive form. Theirs was a quite primitive form of Judaism,
Mm-hmm.
and the most primitive among them, called Karaites,
Right. Go ahead.
rejected even the idea of rabbis.
Mm-hmm.
They wore side locks of their hair.
They wore what?
Side locks.
They
of
wore
hair.
side locks of their hair. Remember, these are strange Jews that's talked about in this historical book, right? They wore side locks in their hair. Go ahead.
And called their towns Stel.
Mm-hmm.
Who were these Jews? And where on earth had they come from?
Y'all understand this, right? So now that's good info you can definitely use whenever y'all at the camp. Go get this book, right? Y'all can definitely borrow this when y'all need to, but just make sure you give it back to me, right? But you want to bring this out and show them that this is a white man. This is a so-called Jewish man.
Right.
Yeah, I believe, was it this cat? I think it's Arthur Koester, I believe. One of these cats supposedly, go ahead, you want to say something?
So like I was going to say, what that scripture says, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Y'all understand that, right?
Right.
One of these cats supposedly killed themselves when they found out they wasn't a Jew. Him and his wife committed suicide. Supposedly, you can look it up and make sure. But that was a rumor. Y'all understand that when they found out they wasn't a Jew, they ended up committing suicide. Go ahead.
Arthur Coulson.
Arthur, it was this one then, right? Arthur Koester. You understand? So, you know what I mean? It's definitely crazy. So now I'm gonna read this out the 13th tribe, right? Page 17. Let me get it real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me find the spot.
So like, did you want this back?
No, I think we're good on that. We're good on that for now. Yeah, we're good on that. Okay. Make sure we bring out Edom as well, right? Edom is page 141 in the Zondervan, all right? Okay. Hold on, let me find this spot.
Like that.
Go.
130.
Okay. We got 30 minutes, right?
Okay.
Okay, solid. Let me get Genesis 36:1 while I find this real quick.
The book of Genesis, chapter 36 and verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
These are the generations of Esau, who is Edom, right? Now drop to verse 8.
Thus dwelleth Esau in Mount Seir.
Say it again.
Thus dwelleth Esau in Mount Seir.
Mm-hmm. Drop to 16.
Okay. Duke Korah, Duke Gatam, and Duke Amalek.
Duke what?
Amalek.
Mm-hmm.
These are the dukes that came of
Eliphaz?
Right. This is the father of an Edomite. I mean, this is a father that came from the loins of Edom, right? So you want to use this Duke Amalek, right? And somebody look up Duke. It's what white people will call them. And did you Google anyone Google Russian steeps?
Kind, I have it.
You got the image?
Kind, sir.
Okay.
It's like a large plain, an equal region of grass, like a large land of grass.
Perfect. That's it. All right.
The definition of Duke, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
A male holding the highest hereditary title in the British and certain other peerages.
Mm-hmm. Meaning, remember earlier we talked about how they was the chief, right? The chief tribe in Edom. That's what you want. That's what the precept you want to use, all right? So now let's go to Genesis 25 and 27. I cannot find it, Salaki.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 27.
Oh, right here, Salaki. Let me get this. Can you read this part right here, One? From the top of page 17, then we're gonna go to page 19 too.
Top of 17?
Yeah, top of 17. All right.
This is the 13th tribe by Arthur Koestler.
Mm-hmm.
Top of page 17. This was written before the full extent of the Holocaust was known, but that does not alter the fact that the large majority of surviving Jews in the world of Eastern Europe, and thus perhaps mainly of Khazar origin.
Go ahead.
If so, this would mean that their ancestors came not from the Jordan, but from the Volga, and not from Canaan, but from the Caucasus.
Come from where?
The Caucasus.
Say it again. Read that whole part again so brothers can understand this. Go ahead.
This was written before the full extent of the Holocaust was known, but that does not alter the fact that the large majority of surviving Jews in the world is of Eastern European and thus perhaps mainly of Khazar origin. If so, this would mean that their ancestors came not from the Jordan, but from the Volga, not from Canaan, but from the Caucasus.
Y'all understand that, right? This is where they came from, the Caucasus. Keep going.
The Caucasus, once believed to be the cradle of the Aryan race.
Say it again. One more time, Salaki.
Meant to be from the Caucasus, once believed to be the cradle of the Aryan race.
Once believed to be the cradle of the Aryan race. This was the people from the Caucasus. Keep going.
And that genetically they are more closely related to the Hun, Uyghur, and Magyar tribes than to the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Y'all understand this, right?
Right.
They are closely more related to these are Russian people. You get what I mean? Than to the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? That's us. Keep going.
Should this turn out to be the case, then the term anti-Semitism would become void of meaning.
Ain't no such thing as anti-Semitism. You understand? If you're saying you're anti-Semitic, you're talking about black people. I mean, it's like if you're how you say that? How you is it called anti-Semitic? But anti-Semitic means what again? You're
you agree you're against like Jews and
okay, Kyle. People are anti-Semitic towards us.
Right.
You understand? We should be saying that, not them. They have no relation with being Semitic, I believe, comes from Shem, right? Comes from Shem. They don't have no relation of being from Shem. Now we can say that, not them. You understand? Keep going.
Right. It says, should this turn out to be the case, then the term anti-Semitism would become void of meaning based on a misapprehension shared by both the killers and their victims.
Wait, slow that down. Read it again, if you could.
Should this turn out to be the case, then the term anti-Semitism would become void of meaning based on a misapprehension shared by both the killers and their victims.
Both the killers and their victims. Keep going.
The story of the Khazar Empire, as it slowly emerges from the past, begins to look like the most cruel hoax which history has ever perpetrated.
You understand? The most cruel hoax that history has ever perpetrated. Ain't that something, right? You can stop right there. Let me get you page 19 real quick, all right? Page 19 of the 13th tribe, right? Okay, perfect. So start right here when it says the descriptions that have come down.
Come.
It's page 19 in the 13th tribe, right? And of course, let's highlight these later.
Come.
All right, go ahead.
Page 19 out of the book, The 13th Tribe by Arthur Koestler. The last paragraph, where it says the descriptions.
Right.
The descriptions that have come down to us originate in hostile sources and cannot be taken at face value.
Right.
As to the Khazars, an Arab chronicler writes, they are to the north of the inhabited earth towards the seventh clime, having over their heads the constellation of the plow.
Go ahead.
Their land is cold and wet.
Their land is cold and wet. This is the place where they originally come from. Their land is cold and wet. Go ahead.
Accordingly, their complexions are white.
Accordingly, their complexion, meaning their skin color, is white. Go ahead.
Their eyes blue.
Their eyes blue.
Their hair flowing predominantly reddish. Their bodies large and nature's cold. Their general aspect is wild.
Their general aspect is wild. Now, that is similar with the Arab, right? Their general aspect is wild. Now, if you go look at what it means to be wild, right? Give me Genesis 27 and 40. Matter of fact, give me Genesis 27 and 25. 25 and 27. So like, let me see what I got written down.
Genesis chapter 25 and verse 27.
Go ahead.
And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
The boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Go ahead.
A man of the field.
A man of the field. Go ahead.
And Jacob was a plain man.
So now, him being a man of the field is kind of lining up with him being wild, right? We're gonna get a little more. Keep going.
And
keep going.
Yep. Concept.
I want to take me down to where it says eaters. Like keep reading until you get to eaters of blood.
Common concept.
Go ahead.
After a century of warfare, the Arab writer obviously had no great sympathy for the Khazars, nor had the Georgian or Armenian scribes, whose country of a much older culture had began repeatedly devastated by Khazar horsemen. A Georgian chronicle, echoing an ancient tradition, identifies them with the host of Gog and Magog.
The host of what?
Gog and Magog.
Y'all understand. Where does Gog and Magog? Anybody know? Go ahead.
Russia and Germany?
Russia and his allies, right? Go ahead. But really, it's really Russia. In this context, is Russia and the places around Russia. You understand, right? Go ahead.
So like God would be like, would that be like what used to be the Soviet Union?
Yes.
So like Germany,
Soviet, exactly. Ukraine, all those places. You get what I'm saying? All these places where they come from. You get what I'm saying? Keep going.
Wild men.
Wild men, right? Give me Genesis 27:40. Keep going.
With hideous faces and the manners of wild beasts.
With hideous face. If you see the Jewish man is scary as hell. Right? He has a hook nose. You ever heard that term hook nose bastard? Like when they're trying to diss a Jewish man, right? That hook nose and that face is a scary thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Go ahead. It's cavemanish. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go ahead.
Wild men with hideous faces, the manners of wild beasts, eaters of blood.
Eaters of what?
Blood.
Now give me that precept, right? Give me the one where Esau asked Jacob to get his food when it wasn't ready. Remember the venison?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? If you can find that for me real quick, right? That is the eaters of blood. You can drop that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It says like a morsel of meat.
Yeah, that's the one in Hebrews. Give me that one too. The one in the profane.
I got that first.
Let me get that second. Go ahead. You got it, Caressa?
Genesis 25:30.
Is that it?
Red pottage.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau said unto Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint.
I am what?
I am faint.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore his name was called Edom.
Y'all understand that. Therefore that he was called Edom. The red pottage, the red pottage breaks down what? That the food was not ready yet. That's why it's called red pottage. It was venison he was cooking, you understand? So he didn't even want it to be cooked. And the white man is known for that. The white man is known for having, like you can eat your steak with like some red in it, but not, you can have it medium rare, but you can't have blood in it. Right. You get what I'm saying? In the scriptures, that's against the law. So now this man doesn't care. You ever heard, like I've been to a steakhouse before and I hear white people order, right? Growing up, you didn't even know what medium rare was. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I was like, just well done. What does well done mean? It means cooked all the way through. I'm like, Give me that. Yeah. Now I like my stuff, a little juicier. But now, but then white people will be like, oh, yeah, just sear the outside. Y'all heard that before? Yeah, they just sear it, just brown it, and then give it to me bloody. I'm like, God damn. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Like I was saying, I remember a while back looking at a protest. Like, this is some vegans protesting, and the opposers, right, was both are Edomites, right? The odds, right? People opposing the vegans, what they would do is they would go up to the vegans, pull out raw meat, and start taking bites of the raw meat. Like this one cat pulled out a raw cow's heart and just started eating that in front of the vegans.
Bro, that is disgusting. That is disgusting. Kamadai said, right, and they suck the blood out the babies, right? For sure they do. They like all type of blood. Go ahead.
It was like this pregnant Edomite, and she was with her husband, and her husband was just biting a raw steak. Like they brought him out a raw steak. And she was like, "Oh, I wish I wasn't pregnant right now. I would love to have that with him right now." Like he was just like he was like going crazy.
Yeah, that's the spirit of them. You feel what I'm saying? Like that red meat. He said that's why the Lord called him Edom, right? The white man is what they would call damn, how you say that? I forget the word. Go ahead.
A beast.
He's definitely a beast, but there's a word for what type of person he is in his natural state. Savage. I'll take that. It's similar to savage for sure. Let me find this one thing real quick. God, sweat. Okay, no sweat. I'm gonna read this real quick, right? This is page 159. In other words, Salakia. But they feel less certain about the extent of this contribution, the size of the Khazar immigration compared with the influx of Western Jews and their respective share in the genetic makeup of the modern Jewish community. In other words, the fact that the Khazars immigrated in substantial numbers into Poland is established beyond dispute. The question is whether they provided the bulk of the new settlement or only as hardcore as it were. To find the answer to the question, we must get some idea of the size of the immigration of real Jews from the West, right? Towards the end of the first millennium, the most important settlements of Western Europe Jews were in France and Rhineland. Some of these communities had probably been founded in Roman days. For between the destruction of Jerusalem and the decline of the Roman Empire, Jews had settled in many of the greater cities under its rule, and were later on reinforced by immigrants from Italy and North Africa. Thus, we have records from the 9th century onwards of the Jewish communities in places all over France, from Normandy down to Provence and to the Mediterranean. One group even crossed the Channel to England in the wake of the Norman invasion, apparently invited by William the Conqueror because he needed their capital and enterprise. Their history has been summed up by Barron, right? So basically what this is saying is what the places where all the Jews live, right? All these places in Eastern Europe that has it's Eastern Europe before they actually went to Israel. And that's a good answer for your question, not Zach, for that one brother. You want to show them in this page where all the Jewish people live. You know what I mean? France, Rhineland, all Normandy, all these places that has nothing to do with them living in Israel to this day. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
It's like so the Khazars was a European. The Khazars were a European, like within Europe, there were an empire.
Yeah, like in all Eastern Europe, right?
Okay.
Eastern Europe is where Khazars come from. Like it's similar to the Soviet, meaning they didn't necessarily aren't just Russian. You know what I mean? You got Russian Jews, Polish Jews. You know what I'm saying? They're Khazars. Anyone that associates themselves with Jews are Khazars. Right. You get what I'm saying? So that's what you would call a Khazar baby, because their origin comes from those places. Right. You get what I'm saying? So that's why they're the most during the time of the Holocaust, they would separate them, but they were all the same. Right. Like if you in the time of German, right, when Adolf was doing all that, he would go and travel to the South, meaning the south of Russia or Poland or what's another place right there? Bulgaria, right? All these places he would go to where he had these Jewish people, you know, in camps.
Right.
But they were all the same. They all college. I believe even Adolf his damn self was a Jew, right?
Right.
So-called Jewish. You know what I'm saying? So we got a couple more stuff we can go into for sure. But let's wrap it up. I'll give y'all the rest of this today, maybe at camp or next Thursday. All right. With that, I'm gonna pass. Who's on guard? Lahad. With that, I'll pass the class over to Preaching Officer Lahad. Yeah, you could. You got him?
Where the ISBK start at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. 10% of every penny of any increase of the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, Passover, April 13th in Florida. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school,
April 15th.
April 15th, Salaki. April 15th in Florida, Cocoa Beach. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Men Israel, Amajim. We're going to give one courteous salute to the teacher. Men Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
When Slack sisters stand. Men Israel Sar, face the sister. We're going to give one courteous salute to the sister. Men Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
So you can say Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Alatan,
Alatham,
Bashim, Bahashim,
Bayashim,
Yahweh Shai.
Yahushua.
With that being said, Menezer Yadim Tat, class dismissed.
Give me the other book back.
Come on, sir.